I love the dramatics.
Good evening, everyone. Good to see y'all. If you're on Instagram, you'll see half of us. All right, good to see all of you. Good evening. Sorry we're late. Happy Tuesday from the Derek's Design Studios here in Salinas, California. Good evening, Derek. We see you in the comments there, buddy. There, look. See, I'll even say, there it is. Evening, gents. There he is. Enjoying some froth water on a balmy evening here in Salinas. Yep. Hi, Oz.
Nice and warm.
Good to see you.
Hey, Dan. How's it going? How are you?
I got half a Dan on Instagram and no Oz. So we'll get Oz over here a little bit. Squeeze him in. So, but yeah. Shall we get started on the Spotify-ness?
Oh yeah.
All right. Hold on. Here we go.
Guess we got to do this in 3, 2.
Live. The drop-in is live, brought to you by Derek's Designs over there on the World Wide Web. You'll find him at dereksdesigns.com. You'll find, if you're watching on the screen there, we'll bring up his logo there. It's derek's-designs.com/collections/the-drop-in. And if you freeze frame, you'll be able to scan that QR code and it'll take you right to the catalog. And Oz, what happens when people make purchases at Derek's Designs and shop the drop-in merch?
10% of their sales, 10% of the purchase, goes directly to our Fuerza Unión for the 831 Footy Scholarship. That is still open. $1,000 scholarship to any high school senior that is going to college next year and planning to play soccer for their college, whether it be junior college, 4-year. No college in North London, though. Sorry. North London.
Oh.
So yes, 10% goes directly to that fund, and also a tree is planted somewhere to offset the carbon emissions that are going to be used to get the package to you. It's just a good deal all around. You support the show, you support the community, you support Derek, you support everybody. It's just all about support. We're like a good bra. We're just full of support.
Good evening, Jen. Good evening, Owen. Good evening, producer Mary. See you all there in the comments. As Oz alluded to, congratulations to all of our friends who are fans of Arsenal Football Club from North London. The results today.
That's what it sounds like all over North London right now. It is probably, congratulations. It's not easy to congratulate, but well deserved. It's a terribly tough season. We were talking about that off the air. Congratulations. It's, I'm 20 years. There's fans that have been waiting for a long time for that, and yeah, party it up, bros.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. Let's be fair. And
somebody's got to win.
Somebody's going to win it. And for the majority of the Premier League season this season, Arsenal's been in the driver's seat. And for the last few weeks, it's been kind of nervy. We've all kind of, those of us who have been fans for a long time have kind of been of the expectation that Arsenal were going to bottle it yet again. And to their credit, they did not. Man City did not have a great game today against Bournemouth. If they had gotten 3 points against Bournemouth, we could have taken it to the last day of the season on Sunday. Crazy. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. Arsenal came out victorious today, and Man City did not. So that's just the way it worked. Just for fun, if I could, before we get to Monterey Bay, I want to pull this up because I did get a couple of people who were surprised, and I just want to go over it for everybody. I'm bringing up the current Premier League table. You can see Arsenal there at the top, and I realize it's if you're watching on TV, this will be great. If you're watching on the computer, it'll be great. If you're watching on Instagram,
you're lost.
There it is. It's not so bad.
That's pretty good. Look at that.
You'll see that Arsenal is at the top and Man City's in second. And all the way down there at the bottom, you can see that the bottom three with the red slashes over there on the left-hand side, those are the three teams that'll be relegated to the championship. Now, what I wanted to point out was, we already know that Wolves and Burnley have already been relegated. They're already going down. What was pointed out to me was some people are surprised that Spurs are in the position that they're in, and we're also unaware that Spurs has never they've never been relegated from the Premier League. Remember that the Premier League was started in the 92-93 season. That was when, the old first division of the Football League became the Premier League. The 20 teams broke away and formed the Premier League. And that then meant that the old first division or the old second division became the first division. Then the second division became the third division, and so on and so forth. Or the third division became the second division, so on and so forth. Anyway, I just wanted to really quickly show, looking at the table here, Arsenal's never been relegated. Man City's never been relegated. Man United's never been relegated. Aston Villa's been relegated. Liverpool's never been relegated. Bournemouth has been relegated. Brighton has been relegated. Chelsea has never been relegated. Brentford, this is their first time in the Premier League. When they were promoted 2 seasons ago. This is their third season in the Premier League. So they've never been in the Premier League before. So if they were to be relegated, that would be their first time being relegated from the Premier League. Newcastle's been relegated twice. Everton has never been relegated from the Premier League. Fulham's been relegated. Leeds has been relegated. Crystal Palace has been relegated. Forest has been relegated. Spurs has never been relegated. West Ham has been relegated. Burnley has been relegated. Wolves has been relegated. So if you look at the 20 teams in the league right now, Spurs is the lowest team in the league that has never been relegated. The next lowest team that has never been relegated is Everton in 12th place at this point. So that's why it's such a big deal. And because Newcastle beat West Ham on Sunday and Spurs lost today to Chelsea, the last game of the season on Sunday is of great import, because you can see here right now West Ham is 2 points behind Spurs with a vastly worse goal differential. They have -22 where Spurs has -10. If Spurs gets a result on Saturday and West Ham doesn't, if Spurs can get a draw or a win and West Ham gets a draw or loses, Spurs is safe and West Ham goes down. If, however, West Ham wins and Spurs does not, we could see Spurs go down. So it's going to be an exciting thing on Saturday.
About my beloved West Ham.
And where are we going with this, Dan? I'm sorry, Jen. It was just someone in my family asked me what was going on. They weren't aware that Spurs had never gone down. So I wanted to point out, of the 20 teams in the league, I wanted to point out who has never been relegated and who and who has. So anyway, I'm apologizing to my Spurs fans. And that's it. So let's talk about Monterey Bay now.
Yeah,
Congratulations again to Arsenal. And a reminder that the final match day of the Premier League season, the 25-26 Premier League season, starts at 8:00 a.m. on Sunday, this Sunday, the 24th. At Brass Tap. Come and join us. We will have as many of the games as we can. I have 3 TVs that I'm trying to get set up. We'll have 1 Peacock. I think we'll have NBC. We'll have CBS. I think we'll have Telemundo, because all 10 games are kicking off at the same time at 8 a.m. So come down and join us at the Brass Tap at 8 a.m. on Sunday. Remember, Sunday, not Saturdays. 8 a.m. on Sunday. Okay. Over to you, Oz. Let's talk about Monterey Bay.
Oh, it fits so perfectly on there.
It does. It looks great on Instagram.
It blocks everything over here. Yeah. So anyway, Monterey Bay FC went up 2 Idaho in the second round of the Prinx Tire Cups to Faith Athletic Club Boise. And actually, I don't know if I mentioned it on the air, but I definitely mentioned it out in public somewhere because, again, Athletic Club Boise, obviously seemed to be named after Athletic Club Bilbao. And then you have RSL. I was just like, what's up with that part of the country and being obsessed with the Iberian Peninsula, I guess. Anyway, oh man, wait, I'm getting there. Long story short, Boise has a big Basque community, apparently.
Basque. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they are literally named after Athletic Club Bilbao. And if you were watching the stream at halftime, there was no sound, so I don't know what they were talking about. But they were playing, what I'm assuming is some kind of like native Basque racket sport.
Okay. All right.
It kind of looked like racquetball with like a pickleball paddle.
Okay.
And it was neat because you could tell by the people, like, in, like it was some kind of Basque community center, but it was all branded with Athletic Club Boise. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Boise. I know very little about Boise, but apparently they have a very proud Basque community, and they have a pretty damn good soccer team, apparently.
There you go.
Because, yeah, again, round 2, we go up there.
There's a large Basque community in Wyoming as well, which is just south of Idaho. So
what is it, like mining? Are they mining people?
Shepherds. Sheep and goat herders. Yep.
A lot of land out there.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I learned that on Longmire.
Oh, really?
Yep. That was one of the episodes. So there you go.
So anyway, they go out there. They look pretty good in that first half. They're up 3-1.
Blancas's free kick. I mean, goal from the free kick. What was it? 20 yards out, 25 yards out, straight up into the upper 90 is up for. It's one of the nominees for goal of the round for the Prinx Tire Cup.
It was beautiful.
It was a great goal, great debut goal for Blancas. And then we got goals from Leggett and goals from, who was the second goal by? Leggett was the third goal. Who was the second goal by?
Najee.
Good debut. First goal for Monterey Bay for Kevin Najee.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I like that. And again,
producer Mary says in the Longmire books, one of his deputies is Basque. There you go.
Dude,
thanks, Mary.
So cool. See, this sport, man, it goes beyond the 90 minutes. So yeah, it was, I hate to be all like Charles Dickens or whatever, but it was a tale of two halves kind of thing, man. It was that first half, you're like, oh, okay, cool. The Cavello systems coming into place. The guys are getting comfortable. This is a lower division team. We just got to cruise on, into this. And this is fully to Boise's credit. They are a good team. They are, again, their coach was San Diego Loyal's coach in 2023.
Nate Miller. Yep. Nate Miller was Landon Donovan's assistant coach and then became the head coach. Those of us who know the folks down in San Diego said that Landon Donovan was, a figurehead. It was Nate Miller's team, really. He was the main coach.
Yeah.
So he's the head coach in Boise. Yep.
They had, again, Blake Bodley was their first signing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude played for Portland, played
MLS minutes there.
Yeah, and all over USL Championship, has a lot of experience there. And then that midfielder that's scoring all the Ukrainian dude, I did Kosichin or whatever, he scored against us. The dude is scoring every freaking, that guy is having himself a season. And here they come, and that's what I want to, the second half, I don't think it's more, it was Monterey Bay just parked the bus or just, fell asleep or whatever. Boise's a really good team. And they said, hey, we are down 2 goals at home. We're better than this. We can score a lot of goals. And they came out and
that first 10 minutes of the second half, they decided we're going to be aggressive. We're going to take it to Monterey Bay, and they did.
Yeah, and it's I don't. Dude, the one thing that stuck out to me, the 25 fouls conceded The MBFC had 25 fouls, a red card for Gordon in the 73rd minute. They're playing 20 minutes down a man.
Yep.
You know, and that's definitely no excuse. But to me, it's, I don't know. The 315 passes, 43% possession. It's still quote unquote Cavello ball.
Yeah.
I see what they're trying to do. It's not working. They scored 3 goals. That was when we got to go back to March of last season for a performance like that.
Since we've scored more than 2 goals in a game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we gave up 4, so
we can see that Cavello is learning more about his charges, and he's learning more about the players. The players are learning more about themselves. You got to remember, again, this is a new roster. 20 new additions to this team. Johnny Klein, also departed the club, during the week, moved to Brooklyn. So there's a guy that was with the roster last year who's no longer with the roster. It's playing a team we've never played before, on the road, windy conditions. Delgado was looking into the sun in the second half, where
we were looking into the
where Boise was looking into the sun in the first half. That could have been an advantage to us in the first half. That became a disadvantage to us in the second half. So it's a multitude of reasons, but unfortunately, they just compound upon each other. And when you add all of those things onto the multiple games of this season, that you then add on to all of last season, that you then add on to the remainder of the 24 season after Yallop, it's just difficult. And unfortunately, the fans are starting to, if you're on Reddit, if you're on your social media, the fans are starting, they've been vocal, but they're starting to get vicious. And then it's unfortunate, and I don't. Bye, Owen. Good to see you. Owen says he's going to have dinner. I don't like to be termed a happy clapper. Okay. I know that there are in other circles, people who are, notoriously optimistic, who will applaud whatever performance there is. I don't want to be termed that guy, but at the same time, I'm just not going to bag on the guys for every loss. And I have to believe that these guys, that they don't like this. They don't feel good.
Yeah.
They want to put this right. They're working hard. They have a new coach. They're learning a new style of play. Some of these guys have never played in USL Championship before. We got a lot of guys from USL 1 that played USL 1 ball last year. So this is a step up to them. They're playing against, but yes, the Etsy witch was hired. We've been talking about the Etsy witch for a while.
Real.
And the Etsy witch was hired over the weekend.
Turned on us. I think
no, this was as a result. This was Sunday morning. So as a result of the match on Saturday night, it was decided by the coven, the Sirens coven, that met on Sunday morning at PL morning, that the Etsy witch needed to be hired. So I can pull up that spell if we want to, but let's see. Monster Verde, I'm not happy with you, Dan. Newcastle lost to West Ham. I'm very sorry, Monster Verde, over on Instagram. I'm sorry, dude. He's not talking to me. He's talking to you instead, Oz.
Yeah,
he's not going to talk to me. Sorry, dude.
Friendship over.
Yep.
Man, another thing that this was totally had nothing to do with the match, but it was driving me absolutely crazy, especially for a league that is trying to be a first division pro league. The stadium was nice in Boise. The whole setup looked really cool, but they only had one big grandstand. And
but same thing in Oakland with Pioneer Stadium.
There's nothing wrong with that. So, but the thing is because of that, they obviously for aesthetic purposes, you want that to be the view because you only have one stand, it's going to look super packed all the time, and it looks impressive, and it's actually built into the ground, which makes it sturdy. But they want that on TV, so they put the camera on the other side of the field on a freaking scissor lift, and it
was a little wobbly in the wind.
Again, the dude is like doing rails of Dramamine trying to stay like sober up there because he's just like
we saw this in Fresno, remember?
Yeah, these poor camera guys are up there, and it's just like
and it was windy. They were talking about the when I was watching the highlights after I missed the game because we were driving to Ellie and I were driving to Sacramento. We were keeping up with the game while we were driving. We got to Sacramento just as kickoff. But when I was watching the highlights when we got home, the commentators were talking about wind gusts of up to 25 miles an hour. So I can only imagine if the guys were up on a scissor lift with cameras. I mean, we're talking broadcast cameras. So we're talking, these are heavy things up on heavy tripods on a scissor lift. I mean, and the scissor lifts are only up there. Scissor lifts are only meant to bring materials up to from one level to another level and get them off. We're talking scissor lift is now here holding up material, holding up equipment for 90 minutes plus. And you're talking about 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Poor bastards.
I felt for it because it wasn't his fault. And then on top of that, it was facing the west, obviously, because the sun was blasting like right at it. It looked like you just got hit by a bus and you're seeing the light,
right?
And I was like, should I walk towards it? You're not supposed to, but so like you have this bright light just blasting on you. So whenever it was on the with this view on the right side of the pitch, anything in the 18-yard box or that corner, you could not see. It was just this bright white light, and it's like, dude, all of this can be solved if you put the main camera in that giant concrete and steel building that is bolted or whatever foundation into the ground. But I get it because the view is only going to be of the benches, and whatever. The Wasatch Mountains.
We remember we had the same. We were talking about this with the Sirens game, and we're going to talk about the Sirens next. The Sirens game, the first one, 2 weeks ago, the commentators were talking about this carnival atmosphere, and how was the main game on May 9th? Yeah, no, the debut game for the Sirens was it
was fun. Again, optimism.
The Sirens game, the debut game on May 9th at Cardinale Stadium was great. The commentators were talking about a carnival atmosphere. Unfortunately, the camera was on the south side of the stadium facing the north side, and because the tickets sold were all on the south side, the camera was facing a completely empty north side of the stadium. So here the commentators are talking about this raucous crowd and how everybody was really excited about being there and how they had a really terrific crowd, and yet the cameras were facing an empty stadium. So the sound and the visual didn't exactly match up. So what you're saying is, in order for Boise to really plus up the visuals, they put the camera on a scissor lift on the opposite side of the field, and it looked really confusing. But on that same side of the field were the benches.
Yeah.
So
down below, you couldn't see it.
Jeez Louise.
Well, I guess that's technically USL. Okay, I take it back. That's technically a USL League One stadium.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not USL champion, but it
wasn't their stadium. I mean, what are they playing in Boise? It wasn't Boise State because it wasn't the blue pitch. Where were they playing?
No, it was their home stadium. Everything was branded for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They had a nice supporter section and everything. But that does.
Jen was saying that probably would have been easier to follow the ball as well if the scissor lift was not blowing around with the wind. So Mary was talking about the first game on May 9th, about the the blank northern stand, but yet
that's what we were brave. We took that. We're like, all right, you're not going to see any fans. That's fine.
Mary's saying that your mic is much softer than mine is. You might want to plug yours up. There you go.
It's this oh wait, no, I switched my microphones, but that does sound much better.
I can hear you now better in
right.
my headphones.
There we go.
I can feel the evilness in your headphones.
Uribe, Castaneda. Yeah, so anyway, so that is
so yeah, we went to Boise and it started well and unfortunately ended not so well.
Two more matches left in that tournament. It's going to be really, really difficult.
And we're playing Sacramento, and then we play El Paso.
And Sacramento they're 2-0 in the tournament.
Yeah.
They beat Oakland Roots. Thank you, Oakland Roots, for not helping.
And then our fourth and last game will be at Cardinale Stadium against the team that just signed Danny Rojas.
The Danny Rojas effect.
So, yeah, that'll be an interesting one. That'll be on June 20th at Cardinale Stadium. The possible first-time showing of Danny Rojas or Cristo Fernandez.
Football is life.
Football is life of Ted Lasso.
You are my enemy.
So yeah, feel a win coming this Saturday. Could very well be. So let's talk about the Sirens. So the Sirens, the women's team, the Monterey Bay Sirens, had a terrific debut at on May 9th at Cardinale Stadium against Stockton Cargo. It was a 1-1 draw, but it was an exciting 1-1 draw. Monterey Bay took the lead, and Stockton then equalized again. The equalizing goal was a golazzo. It was a rocket that the keeper had no way of getting to. It was a fantastic goal. So it was an exciting match, a great debut match to watch. It was exciting to watch. And so then the ladies traveled to Marin County to take on Marin FC Siren. Notice I made sure to enunciate the fact that there is not an S on the end of that. The Marin FC Siren, collectively, one group, one siren, where Monterey Bay Sirens, that would be multiple sirens. But yeah, we traveled up there, and let's talk about that. I didn't have a chance to watch that one either.
Oh yeah, that one was also fun to watch. It's got there's an AI camera that's following all the action, which is still pretty impressive. That sounds funny because you
did some research on that camera.
Everything is AI. It's some models are just two iPhones, which is I'm sure the software is the real meat and potatoes there. But no, yeah, it was super cool. Really, really nice stadium. There was just a couple of small little bleacher seating areas, so there wasn't really much of a crowd. Really beautiful hills in the back. Everybody knows Marin. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. And the women came out with a 3-0 win.
Boom!
It was 3-0, but it really could have been 6 or 7-0. It was.
It was a convincing 3-0.
No disrespect to Marin there, but yeah, I think they were a bit outclassed. They very impressive performance again. Goals from Jessica Halliday, Brenda Uribe, and then in the 68th minute, Alexa Castaneda. Again, all different goal scorers, all different.
Fantastic.
Doku was not 21. Cadence was not. Cadence didn't even assist. But no. Anyway, it was a really this team is that again the Stockton, like we said, Stockton finished. They lost in the Western Conference final last year. They were ranked 10th in the power rankings when it started. Actually, speaking of the power rankings, new power rankings came out today. The Monterey Bay Sirens are 5th. They are now
out of 92 teams.
96
96 teams.
5th. They're 5th place out of 96, and it's one of these, like, they're on the way up. You really don't know what is the upside. They are playing really good, but how good are they really? I would love to say, oh, this week when they play, they play Oakland Soul coming up next. I honestly don't know.
That's the doubleheader on the 30th. Am I right?
Yeah.
So we'll talk more about that after we finish talking about this game.
Yeah. So anyway, it was like I said, it was a very impressive team. They're very fast. They're very aggressive. They could score from so many places. It's cool.
They're fun to watch.
That's the thing. It's just really fun to watch, and it feels good to be able to see a team with our crest representing our area doing that well.
And only the second game.
And then I'm telling you, this is they're on the way up. Coach Laura there is. I hear she's got that great reputation at CSUMB. She's got the resume, she's got the background, and this team, they've put together this team from around the country of I don't know. I think it's super cool for the area, because again, they are involved also with Salinas Cosmos, Salinas Football Femenil.
Yeah,
it just shines a spotlight to this area. If you're thinking about going to college and playing soccer, well, CSUMB now looks like a very, very attractive program if you're really serious about your soccer.
Agreed.
Because you can play in both, and let's be honest, if things go well, if the tickets keep selling like they are, this can very quickly go from pre-professional to a professional team, and all of a sudden now you have an outlet for professional women's soccer here in this area
on the Monterey Peninsula, in the Monterey Bay area. So
that is so anyway, it's super, super exciting to see what is being built. It's only 2 matches. And we could come here in a month and be like, oh man, they haven't won since I think we talked them up too much, but I really don't think so. It really looks like this is a team on the ascent here, and it's fun.
Again, if you are a season ticket holder for the Monterey Bay Sirens, and got in it on the ground floor, that's going to be the tickets were inexpensive. They were $44, $42, 40 something. They were they worked out to be about $11 a ticket. And parking was discounted as well. Those game days are not on Monterey Bay game days, except for the one that's on the 30th. And as Oz said, it's a doubleheader that's on May 30th. It's the one and only doubleheader. The Monterey Bay Sirens will play at 3 p.m. at Cardinale Stadium against the Oakland Soul. And that ticket is a separate ticket from the Monterey Bay Sirens season ticket. If you are a Monterey Bay men's team season ticket holder, that ticket is included in your season ticket package. So you get into the Sirens game for free because you already have a ticket to the men's match later that evening. So it's a long day of football at Cardinale Stadium, but you'll be able to watch the Monterey Bay Sirens at 3 p.m., then hang around after that match. The plaza will be open at that point, and the vendors will be open, and then the kickoff for the men's team will be at 7 p.m. later that evening.
I'm sure the team is going to say, yeah, we would prefer you stay in the stadium the whole time, but they would let you in and out, right? They're not going to.
I'm sure there'll be in and out privileges.
Yeah, they usually give you the stamp, but there's no time stamp on the stamp. I mean, if you want to go, hang out on the beach for an hour or two just to kind of chill out, because you can't keep. You're going to be out in the sun, number one, all day. That's going to be tough.
I'm dog sitting that day, so I have to, at some point in between the two games, I have to leave and go walk a dog and then come back. So, or somebody in my family has to do that.
Yeah, so there better be ins and outs.
Yep. So, what else? What else do we want to talk about? And I'm looking at you folks in the comments. I saw Owen came back from dinner.
Oh my! I got all kinds of pictures.
Yeah, what do you got?
Katishin. There we go. The Ukrainian dude. That's
Oh, got
That's
it.
right.
Okay, the for Boise,
dude, and that's where I want. All right, let's see. You want to get technical, you want to get real, because that's where credit again to the manager. The manager made some tactical moves.
Nate Miller.
Yeah, he made halftime substitutions where Cavello waited until the 60th something minute, and also half an hour of Adrian. That was cool to see.
Oh yeah, Adrian came on in the 62nd minute.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was nice to see a half an hour of him out there. But yeah, I think, you know, Boise made some substitutions at halftime, especially again, this one here, bringing in Luan Brito. That dude is good. they brought on Luan Brito for Keegan Euler, and that changed everything. Yeah, the dude. If you again, I loved my whole advanced stats and my the heat map is the heat map and the average position. I like the average position because it's like, okay, cool, like the position where you are like on the chalkboard, that's one thing, but where are you most of the time? And these guys, again, Luan Brito just split apart our defense and was just hanging out by himself, and he just caused chaos. And so credit to them. That's where it's like, I know Cavello's a sharp dude, and it's new, you know, he's still figuring out his guys, but I think he got outsmarted. I think he, you know, I'm not saying it's going to happen every time, because obviously Boise isn't they're not much more established because it's their first year, but they've had one coach the whole year.
Yeah, no, and Nate is also a USL championship veteran. Yeah. I mean, he coached in San Diego for 4 years, so you know he's been around. So, yeah. So we've got who do we play? Who does Monterey Bay play this weekend? We've
Birmingham
Legion.
Legion.
Monterey Bay is back at Cardinale Stadium this weekend at 7 p.m. against Birmingham Legion.
Yeah, Birmingham Legion currently 9th place in the Eastern Conference. I mean, these dudes have not lost in their last 5, though. Draw to Miami, 3-1 win over Rhode Island, 2-2 versus Indy, win over Pittsburgh. Yeah, this is a team on the up and up. But like who was saying that they felt comfortable about it, because I agree with them. I think this is another, like I said, it sucked that we lost on Saturday. It sucked how we lost. We were up 3-1, lost 4-3, but we didn't lose any points in the season.
Not in the league. This was just
I mean, I want to win them all.
So does the red card? Okay, so the red card to Nico Gordon, he earned a yellow card in the first half. It wasn't a second yellow, it was a straight red, wasn't it?
I saw a straight red, but the stats say it was a second yellow.
Okay, all right. So, but does that have any impact on the league? Is he going to serve a one match ban on Saturday, for instance?
No, that's only for the tournament.
Okay, all right. So he will serve a one match ban against Sacramento when we play in our next Prinx Tire Cup match.
And that's why I was kind of because I don't know, but that's why I was kind of throwing a fit the straight red versus a second yellow, because I didn't believe it was a second yellow, and I think if it's a second yellow, you could argue it. What the heck is it called? Why am I blanking on the term? But yeah, you could argue. You know, you can go to like the disciplinary committee and say, hey, I believe
an appeal.
Yeah, appeal. There you go. I believe you can appeal a second yellow, but you can't appeal the straight red. If not, I'm just saying that's true because it makes me feel cool. So that's why I had a problem with that. I don't know. 25 though. 20. I don't think Monterey Bay was getting outplayed to the 20. And oh my God, it's so tough to be like, I don't know about that ref. I don't know about the ref because oh my God, I'm totally blanking. I'm blanking on what Premier League team. Yeah, anyway, their fans were just going off on the ref, and I'm just like, dude, really? Like that's if that's all you have, that should have been a penalty.
You mean the West Ham Arsenal game the other day?
It might have
the VAR decision.
It might have been.
Is that the one you're talking about?
No, oh my gosh, this is how much I want to get Arsenal out of my head. It was the City Arsenal match.
Okay.
It was a City Arsenal match, and the Arsenal fans were up in arms. There was 2 fouls in the box, non-fouls actually, because they didn't get called as penalties, and they were like, "Yep, this is totally made. It's either City or nothing. The refs screwed us over, this and that." And I was so close to being like, "Come on, guys, you're on the verge of winning this. Have some class in a sense." Like, being a City fan, it's kind of hard to say that without laughing. But it's just, if your team is good enough, you're not going to be like, "Oh, it's the refs." No, the guys are going to finish it out. And then this match happened, and I was like, I don't know about that ref.
So again,
I don't know.
Again, I didn't get to see the whole match. I only got to see the highlights. So I didn't see the second yellow get brandished. I only got to see the red. And looking at the 2 replays that I got to see of the challenge, I didn't see what the foul was. It wasn't. It didn't look like it was intentional, and it certainly didn't look like, if it was for Nico stepping on him or something, I didn't see him step on the player. I saw him avoid the player. I saw him step over the player. I didn't see him step on the player. So I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so Jen said he never took out the yellow. In other words, it meant it was not a second yellow. It was a straight red. So it was mattered. So it was exactly. In order for it to be a second yellow, he has to brandish the yellow first and then the red as an ejection. He had a yellow in the first half. If the ref brought out a straight red, that wasn't a second yellow. It was an ejection, a straight red ejection. Yeah, which means a 2-match ban.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's for something that you really agree, broke the rules of the game.
That was an egregious foul.
Yeah. And I was seeing because I saw the guy run up to him, because and that's why it's such a big deal of when they're saying, like, "No, come over here," because I don't want you saying later, "Oh, I didn't know I was on a yellow." Like, no, they make sure, come here. I want to make sure that you got here it is in front of you, and then they write it down so they also don't forget. And well, I mean, I'm sure there's other reasons, but yeah, I don't know, those little things. But like I said, it was the dichotomy, I guess, is that, or the duality? I don't know, one of those fancy words where earlier in the day I was like, come on, guys, it's the ref, let him, it's a tough job or whatever. And then 4 hours later I'm like, well, these refs need to go back to school. I don't know what to say. Well, if they wouldn't have given up 3 goals in the second half,
you were happy because you won the FA Cup earlier in the day. And then you got to watch a 3-1 lead get squandered and turn into a 4-3 loss.
Yeah. So City won two major trophies this year. I'm not gonna complain too much.
Yeah, Mary said you're backing up what Jen said, Mary. So yeah, the commentator said second yellow, but you're correct. I didn't see that. So maybe there was a second yellow and we just didn't see it on camera. Maybe it was because the cameraman was seasick because of the scissor lift in the wind. Who knows?
Poor guy.
So we've got, like we said, we got Birmingham Legion for the men this Saturday. Are the Sirens playing away this weekend? They're not playing at home.
The schedule is saying their next match is that 30th.
Is the 30th?
Yeah, next match. So they got it's an international.
So they have a bye weekend. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good deal. So all right. Well, then the next game for us to see the Sirens play is that 30th at on the doubleheader. So if you do not have tickets, call your ticket rep or call the box office and get yourself a ticket and come down and watch the ladies play, because I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. Come down and watch the Sirens play. And then, if you're so inclined, get a ticket to watch the men play. Come and hang out at Cardinale Stadium. Make a day of it.
Like I said,
get an Ivan's baked potato and just sit in the stands and spend the rest of the day, because you may not be able to move.
Well, and at this point, that is definitely like a 8-3-1 thing. Like, if you're gonna come here, you I'm not gonna say where because there's only a couple clam chowder places, but it can get serious, you know. But you go get your clam chowder in a bowl at your favorite place. I'm not gonna say where. You get a burrito and a charrito, you know, you go to Lover's Point. There's just some things that you just have to do at some point, you know, walk around Cannery Road that you have to. I think that's one of the ones that at some point you have to do it at least once is go to a match at Cardinale, pick your team, but get yourself an Ivan's baked potato.
If it's not Ivan's, it's not a baked potato.
It's just that's one of those things you're gonna have a pretty good sunset. I don't know. It could be foggy as well, but the baked potato is gonna power you through that.
Oz and I will tell you because when that was our payment on the days that we were doing the in-game announcements for Monterey Bay 2 at Rabobank. That was our payment for the day. Was we got Ivan's baked potatoes, and those were the best.
So good.
Those were the best days. We go after the end of the game. Well, you got yours at halftime. I always got mine at the end of the day. But I go and get my potato, and I go home, and I just sit at the breakfast bar and eat my potato at night. It's so delicious.
It is.
So, was watching second half of your game on the trade ride home from Brooklyn, says Monteverde. What was Monterey Bay doing? Yeah, MV, I don't know. It was whatever Coach Miller said to his Boise side at halftime seemed to work. He like Oz said, he made some halftime substitutions.
Luan Brito
that seemed to light a fire under Boise's
under Boise's Joysies.
So, anyway, that's the show. We've got 13 minutes left to. I apologize to anybody watching on Instagram. Jordy Boy and I were having a great conversation about Newcastle, and I'm apologizing to Monteverde, for the match on Sunday. I'm a Newcastle fan, dude. I'm not going to apologize for Newcastle, taking them out, but we can talk about Southampton, Derek. Yep, thanks. Oz and I were just talking about that Spygate. If you follow English soccer at all, so Coventry City won the English championship outright, and they are promoted to the English Premier League for the first time in 25 years. Coventry has been out of the Premier League now for 25 years and is returning for the first time. That's fantastic news. Ipswich Town is returning directly to the Premier League, having been relegated at the end of last season. They're coming straight back up in second place, automatic promotion. Great. The four teams that entered the playoffs were Hull City, Millwall, Southampton, who also were relegated from the Premier League last season, and Middlesbrough. Why is this important to me? Middlesbrough is 21 miles from Newcastle. They're the third team in the Northeast. Middlesbrough FC was last in the Premier League in 2008. So it's been a while since they've been in no, sorry. They were in the Premier League in 2012. Sorry. But the last time that Newcastle, Sunderland, and Middlesbrough have all been in the Premier League at the same time was 2008. So it's been a while. Anyway, Hull City and Millwall played. Hull City beat Millwall. So Hull City made it to the championship playoff final, and Southampton beat Middlesbrough to go to the final. All of a sudden, there were charges against or accusations of spying levied at Southampton. Somehow there was allegations that a Southampton coach spent the week prior to the playoff game spying on the Middlesbrough training center. And the pictures have now emerged and receipts of him buying coffee at a coffee shop just down the street. Damn. Anyway, anyway, today the English Football League, the presiding authority over the English Championship and Division 1 and Division 2, today ruled that Southampton is being thrown out of the finals, and Middlesbrough is being returned to the finals. So now Hull City will play Middlesbrough in the championship playoff final. Southampton. I was reading on Instagram just before the show. Their breaking news: the owner of Southampton may sack the coach for bringing the club into disrepute, and the players may look at legal action against the coach for potential lost earnings or if they had been promoted to the Premier League. So it's all gone pear-shaped. It's and a point deduction. That's right. And they've been deducted 4 points to start next season.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'd be. Yeah, if I was a player, I'd be like, dude, you.
I've got to go. I got to go over to Instagram. Hold on. Don't know any of the American teams or Canadian. Hopefully another derby. Yeah, it would be great if Middlesbrough can make it into the Premier League, because it would be great to have three teams. The three Northeast teams back in the Premier League again. Jordy Boy says the Southampton assistant coach is not a very good spy. So yeah,
he was hiding behind a tree. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, the picture of with his phone taking pictures or video. It's bizarre.
Why not use a drone?
So well, come on. So yeah, just it kind of a goofy story. And then talking about your team there, Man City, Pep Guardiola came over in the middle of the night. All of a sudden Pep Guardiola announces that he's leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah, it seemed like that was I don't know, in the circles there, it seemed that was more likely than not. There was people were saying, "Oh, he's going to stick around another season," but like, no, the team's rebuilt. They're good again, especially if you would have won the Premier League. But no, it's time. He was going to move on. That would have been a lame duck season next year, and it would have been pointless. But apparently it leaked, in a way that Pep was not happy with. But Pep's never happy with anything. I think he wants to be in control of every single little thing.
Yeah.
And whatever. That's that's somebody leaked it, and somebody wanted to get the points, get the likes, get the views, and that's just how it goes in the modern game. But yeah, I'm excited for next year. This team is. I like the players. I like this.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be the next Man City coach? You think Maresca?
Yeah.
Is that a foregone conclusion?
That's where again all the rumors are. He's all upset, and again it's basically a homecoming. He was the head of the EDS there, the Early Development Squad.
All right.
And, said Pellegrini was like a father to him when he got that job for the Early Development Squad.
Got it.
And, spent that time under Pep at that. Yeah. I would love to see Company. I know there's people out there. It's tailor-made. Yeah, of course it is. But why would Vincent Company leave Germany?
Yeah, he's doing well at Bayern.
Yeah, why would he? No, I would love to see it, but unfortunately, City really doesn't have that much of that history. He is a legend there, but he's German. He's at home, and he's doing well.
He's Belgian.
Oh, I don't know why it's German. They speak German.
They speak Flemish.
That saves me.
He's fine. He's doing fine.
I'm trying to figure out that whole Belgium, Flanders. What the heck is Flanders? The Netherlands, the Dutch. I was literally doing some speaking like my whole Canada provinces thing. I was like, I'm going to figure this out. What language do they speak in Belgium?
Do we have to break out the Canadian province map again? I'll get Jan on the program again, and she'll test her geography again.
I would have to do a quick refresher, but that'd be
Maury Donor's mom. If for our longtime viewers, Maury Donor's mom challenged Oz to learn all of the provinces of Canada and sent him a placemat. It was a dry erase placemat where Oz learned his geography. So, hey, hi Ellie. Ellie is watching on the show.
Hey, yo.
Derek says, I would not want to be the first manager after Pep. No matter how you do it, won't be good enough.
That's freaking clown-sized shoes to try to fill there.
So, okay. So, reminder again: Monterey Bay men are back at Cardinale Stadium this weekend against Birmingham Legion, hosting Birmingham Legion. The Monterey Bay Sirens have a bye week. They will return next weekend on the 30th against Oakland Soul. That is the doubleheader weekend. The Sirens will kick off at 3 p.m. at Cardinale, and then we take on. I'm trying to remember who we play later. Is that the game against Tulsa? I think we play Tulsa that evening
On the 30th?
Yeah, we don't play Oakland. We've already played Oakland.
Oh, I thought that was the Oakland doubleheader. No, we have played them at home.
Yeah, we've already played them. That was our home opener. And then we played them in the Prinx Cup. So, and yes, if you are one of the first 2,000 people.
Loudon.
Is it Loudon United?
Loudon.
On the 30th? Okay.
Yes.
Yep. So, yeah. So this weekend is against Birmingham Legion. On the 30th is the doubleheader with the Monterey Bay Sirens. Monterey Bay Sirens at 3 p.m. and Monterey Bay play Loudon at 7 p.m.
And then also, like Angel mentioned, Salinas Cosmos also starts their home opener. They have their home opener May 23rd at Rabobank Stadium, $7.
Oh, there you go. Good idea. Thank you, Angel, for reminding us about that one.
Yeah,
over on Instagram.
Doors open at 5, kickoff at 6. They're playing Oakland SC. Speaking of that, look at that. I guess Oakland has a team in that league as well. The WPSL they're playing in.
And then Drop the Mic over on Instagram says, "Hey guys, good to hear you too. See you Saturday. Make sure to pick up your Kelpie plushie and honor our country with your best friends, and the Sirens will be there taking pictures. Going to be fun."
So it's going to be like a Memorial Day event. Here's their match schedule.
Is it Memorial Day? Is that this weekend? Memorial Day
I would
weekend?
think they would do it on the 30th, right? Isn't that when it is?
I don't know. We'll find out. All right. But yeah, this weekend, if you're one of the first 2,000 people in the Cardinale Stadium, you can pick up a Kelpie plushie.
Kelpie plushie.
If you've seen them on Instagram, you can see the Kelpie plushie. Plushie looking all over the stadium for himself.
They have pictures?
Yeah. So there you are. That's it. Here we are. Memorial Day is Monday. Thank you, Mary. Yep, that's why we have a producer. Thank you, Mary.
Monday.
So yeah, this coming Monday is Memorial Day. So that's why we're doing the Memorial Day thing on Saturday. So thanks, Mike.
You want to know something cool about English city names? I don't know if you know this. Did you know that any city in England that ends in Chester, there is a very high likelihood that it was built around a Roman fort? Because Chester is Old English for Roman fort.
So Winchester, Chichester, like Sam Gleadle's hometown of Chichester in the south of England.
I can almost assure you was built around a Roman settlement and more than likely a fort. For example, I learned this because my team, Manchester.
Mike says it's this weekend. Wait till we do the Dan plushie.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's on the way.
Ooh, what?
That's coming.
Well, we'll talk. We'll talk. Sure. We'll talk. I want to know more.
But yeah, so again, like Manchester was built around the old Roman fort of Mancunian. Therefore, that's why people from Manchester
are called Mancunians.
Mancunians.
Okay.
Because that is the name of the original fort. It was actually a old Britain with an O settlement.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
But the modern city of Manchester was built around the Roman fort. And yeah, so Manchester means the Roman fort of Man, or Mancunium for short.
Huh.
So yeah, so any town in England, possibly Wales, I guess as well. No, they don't have no Chesters. Those fools don't believe in vowels. So definitely in England. Yeah.
This is why you watch Drop In, folks. It's all about history and crazy trivia.
Chester means
come for the footy, stay for the tangents. That's why you're here.
Chester means Roman fort.
Chester means Roman fort.
I would have
so
never
Manchester is Roman fort of the men.
Well, no. So Mancunium.
I'm pulling your leg.
It's built on hills. So it's actually named after boobs, mammaries.
Okay. See on Instagram, you're not even on camera. You can't even. You can't see the look I'm giving you.
Kind of like that.
If you're on Spotify, if you're listening to this on a podcast, you can't even see the look I'm giving Oz right now.
Bunch of horny toads that founded that town over there.
No, that's the city of crap. What's the name of that city in Oklahoma? I told you that little city in Oklahoma. Goodness
Big
gracious.
Boobsville?
No. I drove through it. Can't anyway. All right.
Like Butte in California, we have Butte.
During the women's game and half, ref awarded 20 seconds of stoppage time. Have you ever heard of that? No. 20 seconds?
How does that even happen?
I mean, is that 1 minute? So 1 minute of stoppage time, and then he just blew the whistle? That's ridiculous.
And don't they technically say a minimum of 1 minute of stoppage time?
Yeah, that
where's my minimum?
Yeah, where's the minute? If I was the coaches, I would be going after the fourth official, going, "Where's my minute?" That's a minimum of 1 minute.
Your chronometer is off, sir.
All right, good to see all of you. Thank you for tuning in on this Tuesday. Thanks for joining us here on the drop in, and we'll see you next Tuesday. There's nothing else. I'm looking at all of our. I'm looking at the comments. Thanks to everybody on Instagram who tuned in. Thanks to everybody on YouTube who tuned in, and
everybody's head exploded with my Chester.
Yes, the Chester knowledge is something else. So, all right, with all of that, say goodnight, Oz.
Good night, Oz.